in New York City. So it makes sense that they would lose their Super Bowls to the team from New York. In the film, Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise, the agent, he's trying to sign the number one college QB. In the beginning of the film, the college QB's father expresses that he does not want his son to play for the Chargers. He wants his son to play for the Denver Broncos. In real life, Eli Manning, the quarterback of the Giants, was drafted by the Chargers, and his father, Archie Manning, a former NFL player, did not want his son to play for that team, so he was traded to the New York Giants. It's interesting to think about how in the film, not the Chargers, the Broncos. Eli Manning's brother, Peyton Manning, currently plays for the Broncos, who also have a chance at Super Bowl 50 right now. Quite certain that none of this is any coincidence. So now let's get to the main event. Glenn Frey, who plays the general manager of the Cardinals in the film. Glenn Lewis Frey, his birth name has gematria of 75 and 84. Arizona Cardinals has gematria of 75 and 84. Possibly why he was chosen for this role. Remember, it's the Zionist Jews who control Hollywood, who control the recording industry, who practice this gematria, which is where I learned it from in the first place. This is how they operate. Here's Glenn Frey in the film. It's not real clear, but Arizona Cardinals in the background. He's the general manager of that team. His character name is Dennis Wilburn. Dennis is a name with 38 gematria. Again, the Super Bowl's on the 38th day of the year this year. The word football has a gematria of 83, the reflection. Wilburn also has gematria of 36. Cardinals equals 36. Like I said, 2016 has a numerology of 36. Dennis Wilburn in gematria sums to 65 and 74. Again, Masonic equals 74. And the name Maguire, as we talked about, equals 74. Jerry Maguire. In simple English gematria, Dennis is 65, Wilburn is 99, which is interesting because Patriot equals 99. Tom Brady was the 199th pick of the 2000 draft. Emphasis on 99. In the film, the first player action shown of Rod Tidwell in an NFL game, remember this is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character, it's against the Packers, and the Packers went on to win the Super Bowl just a month after this movie came out. The very next footage, though, is against the 49ers, who are hosting the Super Bowl this year. And notice it's number 30 charging at 85. It's interesting that 1985-86 is the year the 85 Bears won. Remember, Arizona Cardinals originally from Chicago. It's 30 years later. Is there a message here? Possibly. Possibly. Again, Tidwell equals 85. Throughout the movie, the number 85 is put before your eyes hundreds of times. He wears a necklace with the number 85 on it. So many shots of 85 just hanging out. I mean, just everywhere they show him with this 85 necklace on. So 85, just a major theme, you know? 85, 85, 85. He gets injured for a second. Everyone thinks he's out, and then he comes back and puts on a show. There's Glenn Frey. So at the very end of the film, Truth Seeker, they show Tidwell's brother. And he's wearing this Black Power t-shirt, right? Got the African colors, the black, the yellow, the green, the red. This is something I've been talking about. Right now in the mainstream media, they are actively trying to build a race war. They're doing it with contrived news stories. And they're doing it in a number of ways. At the Oscars, people are boycotting because there's no black nominees. All part of the racial tension that they are building using all their vehicles. The news, sports, movies, music. Think about this, Truth Seeker. The NFC Championship is Cardinals versus the Black Panthers that are led by Cam Newton. In history, The Black Panther Party was established in the year 66 by Huey P. Newton. The Carolina Panthers are led by quarterback Cam Newton, emphasis on Newton. BPP in gematria for Black Panther Party has gematria of 122, just like San Francisco. If you write out 50, again it sums to 66. The Black Panther Party was established in 66. With regards to San Francisco, which also equals 50, the Church of Satan was established in the year 66 in San Francisco. The 49ers have been in the NFL for 66 years this season, who are hosting the Super Bowl. None of this is coincidence. This is how they do it. This is how they execute their agenda. People are very much into numerology, numbers. So you know what this makes me think, Truth Seeker? There is a narrative for the Broncos to be in the Super Bowl. There is a narrative for the Patriots to be in the Super Bowl. There is a narrative for the Cardinals, and there is certainly a narrative for the Panthers. And it is coded into so many things, as I have revealed on this channel, and it is all shown in this film as well. It's amazing when you really look at it. I mean, why even have this at the end of the movie? It seems so arbitrary, but now here we are in 2016 knowing what the history is. Okay, so I know there's been a lot of information. Catch your breath. There's a few more mind-blowing things. The catchphrase from this film is "Show me the money." The line from Cuba Gooding Jr. that Tom Cruise's character repeats, Jerry Maguire. "Show me the money" has gematria of 71, just like Super Bowl 50. And the number 71 also connects to the Catholic Church. When the Pope was in the United States, I did a video talking about how I thought this year's NFL season would have some sort of Pope theming. And at the time, I did not connect it to the Cardinals. I overlooked the fact that the Cardinal in the Catholic Church is appointed by the Pope. The Pope appoints cardinals, kind of like the men who work under him. The Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals also have the colors of the Catholic Church. Red, black, also white. Notice the gematria. 71 for Show Me the Money, Super Bowl 50, as well as Catholic. Here's what's interesting about the Arizona Cardinals in light of the Pope who visited the United States in September at the beginning of football season. Arizona has gematria of 84. United States of America, the small way, also equals 84. Arizona Cardinals, the small way, equals 84. What's interesting is Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers both equal 84, the small way. The two teams playing each other. Jesuit in gematria sums to 84. The Jesuits connected to the Catholic Church. Pope Francis is the first publicly known Jesuit pope. So Arizona Cardinals, Jesuit, all sharing this gematria of 84. Pope Francis is born in history, December 12th, 1936, a date with 84 numerology. Also, Pope Francis in gematria sums to 122, just like San Francisco. And look at the Francisco. Remember, that's not his birth name. That's his agent name. And think about it. Catholic Church, CC 33. The Catholic Church. All part of this Masonic order. A very old world order that has built a lot of things around us, including shill religions, such as Catholicism. Anyhow, that number 71 that we just talked about, what's interesting is if you write out 71 as a word, it sums to 144, just like Glendale, Arizona, which is where the Arizona Cardinals play. Last year, the Cardinals hosted the Super Bowl. The two teams that played each other, the Seahawks and the Patriots, both came into the game with 14-4 records. In the film Jerry Maguire, the very first sports team that you see are the Seahawks, who lost in Arizona in the Super Bowl last year. There's a scene in the movie where he's giving out merchandise, and he goes, "Hey, you guys want some gifts?" And what's he pull out? He goes, "I have an Arizona Cardinals shirt and a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt." Those are the teams that met in Super Bowl 43. I think a lot of sports giveaways were through this movie. including who won the Super Bowl just right after it came out, the Packers. This is how they do it, Truth Seeker. There's been a lot of riddles in this movie that have already passed. I wish I knew Gematria back in 1996. It would have been awesome. Anyhow, also last year, the Super Bowl 49 was the first Super Bowl with a Scientology commercial. Scientology was established in Phoenix, Arizona, not far from where the Super Bowl was hosted, also on the 33rd parallel. Scientology has the gematria of 144. The film Jerry Maguire is put on by TriStar, which has the gematria of 33. The director is Cameron Crowe, CC33. Cameron, also a name with 33 gematria. It's a Freemason show out. Now get this, Truth Seeker, I love this. So Jerry Maguire, the film, Cuba Gooding Jr. won Best Supporting Actor. He won an Oscar that year. The Oscars were on March 24th, 1997. That's the 83rd day of the year. Remember, football equals 83. That's Peyton Manning's birthday. So he won this Oscar for a football-related role on a date corresponding with football. But there's more. The name Cuba Gooding Jr. in gematria equals 126. The Super Bowl that year was January 26th, 1/26. From the Super Bowl to the date he won the Oscar was a span of 1 month and 26 days. You see how they do this? Do you see how they do this? It's just so undeniable, Truth Seeker. Cuba Gooding Jr. was born January 2nd, 68. A date with 71 numerology, just like the phrase, show me the money. Show me the money. That's what they have instilled in our brains, Truth Seeker. Show me the money, follow the money, worship the money, spend the money. So in the beginning, I talked about how Glenn Frey died 67 days after November 13th at the age of 67. Back when I was decoding the Paris shooting hoax on November 13th, I pointed out the significance, its connection to the upcoming Super Bowl. It happened 86 days before the Super Bowl, or 12 weeks and 2 days. Remember, San Francisco equals 122. And when I saw that number 86, I couldn't help but think of this. If you don't know what this is the shot from the film The Dark Knight Rises. Hines Ward and the Pittsburgh Steelers play a role in the movie. There's a bombing of a football stadium. Every player dies except for Hines Ward, number 86. And in his career, he played for the Steelers and finished his career with 86 touchdown receptions. No coincidence. All part of the rigged NFL. By the numbers. 8/6 in history is the date of the Hiroshima bombing, which happened 8/6/1945. A date with 33 numerology. 8 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 5 equals 33. And I want you to focus on that 45, the year. Remember, this year's Super Bowl is on a date with 45 numerology. New England equals 45. Cardinals equals 45. The people who built the World Trade Centers built Levi's Stadium where the Super Bowl is this year. No joke. I'm going to do a separate video on that. But anyway, there's a lot of disaster foreshadowing. We are living at a time where they're waiting for their next 9/11 to spiral us into the next unnecessary war. I don't think they're going to blow up the stadium and kill people, but they might have a false flag planned for that day. Some spoof, some boogeyman, something that they can blame a false enemy on. Glenn Frey's death makes me wonder, in light of his connection also to Super Bowl 50, plus all the research I've done prior. For those of you who are just getting here, you have to know the history of my work, all the time I spend at it, and what I continue to show. And as the days roll by, more pieces of the puzzle fall into place. So that's it for now, Truth Seeker. Until next time.